Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, and my friends, we have a state of the meta video for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, it's actually been a long time since I've done one of these for any game, due to the fact that COVID kind of wrecked the whole tournament scene, right? So there hasn't been a lot of tournament results lately, to say the least. But now, at least for Dragon Ball FighterZ, and with the Dragon Ball FighterZ National Championships all wrapped up, we do have some results in that regard. A few things to note here. One, I just want to say thank you big time for one Lord Wish For Roshi, as a lot of the stats we got right here come directly from him, so hey, thank you very much for that. Secondly, don't consider this like a tier list. This is basically just stats of tournament data. You're not going to see a lot of Gotenks on this list, despite the fact Gotenks is inarguably a very strong character, right? So just representation doesn't necessarily mean strength, right? And lastly, if you're just looking for the short form, what is the meta? The meta is UI Goku. Goku Ultra Instinct is the meta. He is the meta. Ultra Instinct Goku. UI Goku. Ultra Instinct Goku. The meta is Ultra Instinct Goku. Cut, dry, paste, done, all that stuff. There's your quick answer. Now, before we get more in depth in the stats here of the Dragon Ball FighterZ National Championships, one thing to note here I find very funny is the most used character every week, right? As this has been a long multi-week event. So on week 1, the most used character was indeed Kid Buu, not Ultra Instinct Goku. That was actually the third most used character. However, starting week 2, going to the end of the event, the most used character every single time the event was held was UI Goku, from week 2 to the final week. And it says a lot, right? That means people are here to win, frankly, right? You're not in this tournament not trying to win. And if you're trying to win, odds are you're gonna pick UI Goku on your team. Like, even in this tournament here, the match you're watching right now, Fenrich always was on Super Saiyan Vegeta and Cell, even when these characters fell off from popularity, right? And now after the National Championships have been over, even he switched to UI Goku. So I think that says a lot. So now the stats themselves. So this is every character used throughout the entirety of the Dragon Ball FighterZ National Championships. Every region, no one's being excluded here. And, well, you can tell it paints a picture. And the picture, well, UI Goku, most played character, and by a substantial margin. Now, we also have other characters that are certainly Titans. Kid Buu, Z Broly, GT Goku, these characters also wildly picked on a lot, right? But after that point, we're seeing pretty substantial drop-offs as far as character usage throughout all the teams in the National Championships have gone. Now, once again, this is in no way a tier list, right? But it is also, that said, still indicative of some relative character power, right? Characters like Big Broly, Kid Buu, and UI Goku being the 3 most played characters, hey, those are definitely among the better characters in the game. And Zamasu and Videl and Android 17 being at the bottom of the list, they are certainly perceived as being among the weakest characters in the game. With all that said, there are certainly, pet characters, certain players like certain characters, regardless of tier placement. But overall, as you can see, maybe not too much of a shocking result. The only one I'm somewhat surprised with is Android 18 being as picked as much as she was. Android 18 above such heavy hitters as Yamcha, Cell, and also base Goku. So hey, that's a little bit surprising to me, but otherwise it kind of wraps up with what's expected. Now, we all know numbers are hard, so let's simplify it a little bit here. Let's use this chart. And this chart is simply the overall character usage shown here in a little bit of a more graphical format. And here we see once again UI Goku, Kid Buu, Big Broly, and GT Goku. Well, they're kind of just heads and shoulders above everyone else as far as just being picked for teams, because, people, they want to win. These are the characters you can definitely win with. And hey, since we're here, and since Lord Wish For Roshi gave just a very detailed accounting of many kinds of stats, let's give you an accounting of some more just interesting things. First up here, just assists. It turns out UI Goku is the most used A assist, not really a shocker, really, with Broly following up. Master Roshi was the most used B assist, also not a surpriser, it's a monster of an assist, with Android 18 following up. And the most used C assist by a very large margin was Kid Buu, with Z Broly trailing behind him, and fairly substantially. Kid Buu wildly the most used C assist. But yeah, so assist usage, maybe about what you expect. Very happy to see at least some people are really starting to use the C assists. C assists are pretty good. Maybe debatable use character to character, but overall they are pretty good. And also, let's look at positions here. Which characters were most used in point, which were most used in mid, and which were most used as an anchor. Now, what we are looking at here is point character usage. And this does factor in overall character use as well, just so you know. And overall, the most picked point character is indeed Kid Buu, with UI Goku trailing behind a little bit, and then just kind of going down from there. Obviously, Kid Buu, one of the most picked characters, and he is overwhelmingly the most picked point character. Now, going on to who is the mid of the team, here, once again, with the overall character usage, UI Goku overwhelmingly picked as the mid character if he is available. Then going down to GT Goku and Master Roshi. Master Roshi not picked as much overall, but when he was picked, he was a mid to make use of that B assist. And then just kind of going down from there. And finally, the anchor position here. So a little bit more even spread, at least at the top anyways. So the most overall picked anchor was indeed Z Broly, following by with GT Goku, and then Yamcha. And then just once again kind of going down from there. UI Goku obviously still making an appearance, but he was definitely more favored as a point or a mid, but still does make the odd appearance as an anchor as well. So in the end, this is just kind of a flashpoint, a look at a very specific point of Dragon Ball FighterZ history, that of the Dragon Ball FighterZ National Championship. Now that said, this year, 2020 being what it is, this kind of has almost way more importance than a normal tournament would, specifically because, well, there isn't much in the way of normal tournaments for Dragon Ball FighterZ in 2020, right? So when we're looking just for pure stats, all that kind of stuff, this definitely is a very big deal. The ultimate story it tells, hey, GT Goku, Z Broly, UI Goku, Kid Buu, they're good characters and they get picked a lot, and your Videls and your Zamasus of the world, when it comes to brass tacks and people want to win and there's money and prestige on the line, turns out they're not getting picked so much. But you know what? I guess you didn't really need this video to tell you that, right? There are more stories to be told that are not necessarily told in these stats, such as perhaps the rise of Gotenks. A lot of people are finally opening their eyes how just ridiculous a character Gotenks is, and the fact that his damage glitch is still in the game, meaning you get unscaled damage off vanishes, and your normal damage scaling is decreased. He actually does more damage with the bugs than you're normally allowed to in a combo, and people are starting to say, hey, Beerus, maybe not a bad character. Turns out Beerus has got some stuff. So maybe when it comes to, like, you know, pure tier list power, this doesn't fully represent everything, but still in the end it does give us a good look at the overall health of where the game is at, character-wise, you know, who's considered strong and who is considered weak. That all said, that's just a look at the stats as they stand for this tournament, which is the most significant tournament we're going to get basically in 2020 for Dragon Ball FighterZ, due to the fact 2020 is 2020. But anyways, my friends, that is it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Dragon Ball.